Ok, tendría que pronunciarlo como Lerion. Lerion? Oh, hey there! Nice to meet you. You can call me Lerion, your friendly neighborhood freelancer from Venezuela. Yeah, Venezuela. That magical place. Okay, so, I've been working in digital art for around 5 or 6 years now. My main gig? I like to focus in fantasy themes. The magical place where all your dreams can come true. It's also an excuse to don't say that I do furry art too, but you don't have to tell anybody, okay? Throughout this journey, I accumulate some knowledge that I can assume is very super useful, but it makes for some interesting and funny conversation, I think. So, let's talk about the highs and the lows of being a digital artist in these days. Okay, digital art. Drawings, animation, 2D, 3D, realistic style, semi-realistic style, not so much too much realistic style. There's a ton of ways for anyone, kids and grown-ups, to create beautiful and sometimes weird art. Okay, a little story time here. Back in my college days, I drew a lot of anime, much to my professor's disappointment. So in this case, with the great necessity to improve my art, I met some friends with big experience that teach me everything that I need to know about digital art. Then I graduate in fine art, but I focus more in illustration. And then I have the idea to live in another country, thanks to Venezuela, so I had to rely on my trusty pencil, my hard work, and sometimes drawing on some family-friendly stuff to pay the bills. But hey, that gives me experience, a lot. So let's see if you agree with me with this little perspective that I have. Let's check them out. This concept applies more if you work on your own, like being a freelancer. Okay, let me explain. Normally, you can choose the conventional path of working in a studio or in a company, when you can receive a salary every single month, like a regular job. Of course, it's more complicated than this and have more options, but it's a simple way to understand my point. You can choose this, or you can embark on the path of hardship and sadness by choosing the independent part, becoming the responsible adult that you're destined to be. This includes many days with hunger, few vacations, and no one's visit you, much like to be a college student in Latin America. Yay! Okay, I'm just kidding. This is a path full of opportunities if you know how to apply the right techniques, not only in digital art, but also in online market. Because in this case, you become your product, your brand, and you must know how to defend yourself to bring value in your products. Meaning, your drawings, your art, everything that you want to do. Also, this glamorous life brings you a lot of opportunities to where you can focus your art. Do you want to be the master of medieval fantasy? The guru of 3D futuristic vehicles? Or maybe the Picasso give anime characters a new spin? And hey, let's not forget the spicy war of furries. Because, hey, why not? It's like being a character in a roleplay game. You can choose whatever you want. And hey, if you can manage your time like a pro, you will have plenty of time to do things that complement your work and especially your mental health. So in this case, I recommend do things like traveling, exercise, do a new hobby, hang out with friends, existential crisis, play some video games in the afternoon. You will have plenty of time to decide. Also, you can decide how much to work. This can be a modest 2 hours, a solid 5 hours, or an incredible and brutal 20 hours. Jesus, I mean, I don't know, whatever your body can take. Of course, you never have to remember, with great power comes a great responsibility to organize your schedule to avoid total meltdown. So please, don't die. Take time to chill a little in the day. In these days, there's a colossal amount of information waiting for us to use. That's right, little Timmy, you can become a self-made expert from scratch. You have to follow those classic tutorials of drawing hands, faces, playing with colors, shading. You can find these gems in special courses, or you can see YouTube channels dedicated to the topic. Personally, I became a digital Da Vinci, we're rebelling against that educational system that wants so much to transform my art at its convenience. Professor, I can pay something besides spots and bullshit? No. Aww. Also, another thing is that don't limit yourself about the information that you can win. Of course, if you want to focus on something more specifically like comics, you are free to do that. But start to learn for different artists, different ways to do this kind of thing that you like, and you will see a nice improvement in the future. Now we enter in the juicy territory, the life of money. To feel more secure about this point, I compare my experience working in a digital design company years ago with my life as an independent worker today. And the truth is, since I opted for the last one, the quality of my clients turned out to be more chill and nice. That's because you have more flexibility with the delivery times and your process. Most clients have a wonderful patience, which I really appreciated. Sometimes life hits you very hard, you get sick, you don't sleep well the last night, and I don't know, any other reasons, you can speak with your client when he will be happy to understand you and give you more time. I mean, in the end, we talking with people with the same problems, right? Right? There are people too, right? However, please be a responsible adult and not reach levels where you deliver the commission like 3 or 4 months after it was requested. That's very bad. My estimate delivery time is always 3 days or a little more. And many clients tell me that they're very surprised with the speed, which they come back for more commissions. And of course, that's always nice for my economy. Okay, in terms of win money, we have different ways to sell your art. I'm not going to talk in full detail about this topic because I prefer to share all the information that I have in a different video. With that said, my way to sell art is in full commissions. This means that when a client gets close to my gallery, see my art, he like it, he asks me, hey, I want an illustration about my character, and I say, I can do it, and he said, take money, and I said, thanks, and then I do the job. It's technically very simple. You can also set the prices as you want, but I recommend to learn a little more about supply and demand to adjust the earnings according to your level and time. This also includes selling yourself, hanging out with clients, and how to use social media. And honestly, that last one for me is kind of my weakness. I'm kind of lazy in that part. But believe me, when you start earning your own money on your own terms, you truly feel like you are on the right path. Now that I convinced you to quit your job for the moment, let me tell you about some downsides of this little world. Because, like we say in Spanish, no todo es color de rosa. Remember all the great things that I mentioned about being independent? Well, that is you manage to be a functional adult. Believe me, I am a functional adult. But inside my mind, there's an anxious little hamster constantly screaming for help. Your biggest enemy won't be your clients, the market, or art itself. It will be you. Procrastination is a significant problem. You could be working on a super cool drawing and suddenly the urge to watch that hilarious video in your recommended feed hits you hard. And like a magic trick, poof, 1 hour of your life will be gone forever. Procrastinating is not so bad once in a while, but we have to maintain focus. In the majority of the time, we are alone in this. So, if there's no drawing, there's no food. And this little hamster eats like a cow, so it's not a very pretty combination. So, like a big brother, I'm going to remind you again. Don't be a lazy zombie. Drink water, do exercise, sleep well. You know what? This gives me the idea of making a survival guide in the future. Now, if you are your own boss, you also are your financial manager. So stop right there, little Timmy. Don't waste your money in that exotic anime figure yet. You have to survive to the end of the month. There's going to be difficult months. In Spanish we call it tiempos de vacas flacas, or lean times. Those are moments in the year when the work is very slow. You have to be very patient and saving some money to survive these kind of times. It's not very fun to pass this kind of moments, but it's part of the job. What can I say? Okay, let's continue ruining your experience talking about clients. I talked before that this point is a nice plus in this kind of field, but sometimes you're going to encounter some people that you're going to ask who hurt them so much. There's the last one, who has such high levels of insecurity that makes you redo the work several times. There's the super perfectionist, who makes you waste your time on absurd and unnecessary details. The fetish one, that I prefer not give details for my mental sanity. And there's the lonely person, who don't hesitate to invade your personal space just because they think we're friends for do a commission. It may sound a bit harsh, but it's important to highlight the barrier between you and your client to avoid problems in the future. And with this, I think we're good for now. This is a little taste for all the experience that we can have in this kind of job. There's a lot of information waiting for us to discover, but I don't want to share all my secrets yet. Hey, if you reached this part of the video, thanks so much. I really hope that you win some experience or at least have fun with this little talk. I still have much to learn. This is actually my first video, especially talking in a different language. All this is really new for me and I really hope that people understand the things that I say, so yeah. I think we're good for now. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe or give me a like, that helps me too. You can also follow me on my social media, and you can see for yourself that I am a real illustrator. This is Lerion, hoping to see you in another opportunity. Chaito!